Hi, Aquas. If you'd like to come on in, have a
Soldier.
seat for some symbolic support. Here's your ink blot made in your name and essence. We'll scry for shapes and symbols. It's been flipped for perspective possibilities. We'll add on tarot and oracle, and as well, we have the ghost box here kicking for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate. Receive or release freely, of course. Aquas were like right off the hop. I can see conversation happening. I'm thinking. Something in the root space. There's a feather in your cap as well, and there's some sort of Dracula happening. But we'll dig in here. If you'd like to join me, we'll open up. We'll close the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. All right, let's wander the Aqua Aura. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a guest. Yeah, so I'm definitely thinking about something, contemplating. I feel I am very deeply, actually, very, very deeply. And I'm keeping my calm. I'm keeping my composure.
Virgo.
I might be trying to generate something with the red. Also, something about feathers in the cap. Aquas, you have a lot of feathers in your cap. A lot of accomplishments of things that you've wanted to generate in this lifetime. What you are generating could even be like legacy kind of feel that's been going on for a long time in this lifetime, in the here and now. It could also be something with family and generational stuff going on that could be, causing the contemplation. But again, whether it's the channels, professional, creative, platonic, whatever the case may be, any of those channels, I'm thinking about something very carefully, but I'm not constipating myself. It does feel like it's coming up from like the root to the throat is where I'm at. It's like in that process. So even maybe within the body area, you're noticing symptoms come up, or like if you're gaseous and like things are coming up, and like burps and whatnot. It's like it's moving it up and out. But when I come up over here, I'm seeing it as a Dracula that, like when they see the sun in the old movies and the sun comes out and they're like, no, no.
Cemetery.
That's how I'm feeling it. So maybe there's something I'm not saying or speaking in regards to somebody that may have passed, actually. Feels male. Okay, so this person could also be incarnate, which is interesting. It's a male energy. It does feel parent oriented. So whether they're in the animated atmosphere or afterlife, I'm feeling like it's a little indifferent for this. And if it's not your story, thank you for holding space for others to hear it, for the one or the many. But there's something sticking in my craw about it. Something sticking in my craw. And it's like a taking up real estate in my reality. And this isn't a bad thing. It's just a shift is happening. Again, it's coming up from the root to the throat. I might feel cold if I want to say something or admit something. If this is more professionally speaking, there's could be like okay, so I'm going to just absolutely say the way it's coming out, like a low rider, like just somebody who just seems to be able to get to where you want to be or get to where you're going. And they seem to be doing it because I'm seeing it low rider. And like they're leaning back in their car and they're just driving all cool. And you're like, what's going on here? So now I got to think about this. What's my strategy? What's my communication skills like? Am I listening? You're listening, but is it coming? I'm hearing. It's like hearing a language being spoken to me, but then speaking in a different language back. And it's like, oh, I'm starting to put together
Ceiling.
keywords. So you can, kind of break out of some sort of ceiling that you may feel exists. Or even if you're utilizing this other person as like the lowriders they come by because they're standing out to you. But I'm also seeing this all very vehicle oriented. And also could be you. blah, 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 blah. There could be some aquas that you're just like lowrider. You're calm, cool, and collective as you're like driving the asphalt rivers in your car, and you contemplate and you talk to yourself to get it out, because when it's like out in the open, I want to, close out a little bit. But when I'm in my car, or maybe your meditative state, whatever the case may be, whatever you do, that's when it can come up and draw up. Can I flip this I'm going to bring it towards me. Hopefully you maybe took a snapshot so you can zoom in. The card that came up was the light after the darkness. So if there is something that you're working through, contemplating, maybe coming up with a solution, something's going to land. It feels like it's just about here, like not the aha, but something's going to be realized. Now, when I wander the other rabbit hole of generating something and generations, there's somebody from spirit that's like coming in to, I'm not going to say validate, because it's not about validating necessarily. It's like just their presence begins a shift. Aquas, your incarnation into this lifetime is pure, is very, very pure. Somebody spoke you into existence, because I'm seeing like an ultrasound. You also could be having a baby. Congratulations. Could be something reflective of your children, if you have children, and you're like looking back. There also could be a child in spirit, and please know that they are with a grandparent of sorts, and they are quite snuggled up with it, snuggled up with the soul, and they are quite friendly with each other. For some, there might have been, you may have been, or you have adopted a child. If you were adopted, I'm getting the sensation that the contract or the agreement above was, because I'm seeing Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh in the womb, and it's like a little depressive or like melancholy, and that now it's shifting on me, and I'm seeing a man with glasses, I believe. And there's a vulture coming through. So I feel like I want to stay in that. Sorry if I'm butchering this by staggering through it. If I was adopted, it was pre-understood that the mother would be the vessel. That was the agreement. Again, car analogy. I would to be the vessel. There was something to be learned in that process. And you would have very specific options that you actually wanted laid out for yourself with a different family. And when I say different family, that is your family. Do you know what I'm saying? That is your family. This vulture, this vulture is shifting on me in regards to, it's the way I'm bringing stuff up. Things that I thought were dead, done, and over with. And it's like I'm still picking at the remnants, and like I'm picking a scab or something like that. I'm not sure why I'm doing it. I'm not sure what that value is. It could be something in the solar plexus. Your sacral energy. Infinite possibilities is on the bottom. Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry, Aquas. I'm going to keep going here. It's asking me to go deeper and deeper, and I want to note that there's something up here that feels like in that Dracula a little cold, almost like winter time. And I want to put infinite possibilities down here in the bottom. There's so much purity around your incarnation. And that's also seen up here.
Open it.
In the negative space is where I see the vulture kind of peering out. I also want to note, if anyone, there might be some in a professional setting, or in a business partnership where it feels as though I'm being picked at for stuff. I'm being picked at. It's a little bothersome. I'm not going to lie. It's a little bothersome. And it's like I'm noticing these things. It could be a little passive aggressivity, or there's underlying currents about something. And it's like, why are you doing that? And maybe it's also you. Maybe you're nitpicking. Again, Aquas, you're so fluid to me. You're so fluid. It's hard to compartmentalize in the air and water of how it moves around. It becomes almost impossible. The Five of Pentacles, yeah, there might be something going on, personal or professional, and this is why I'm in this contemplation. And this mother has a baby in here. My condolences if you have lost a small soul, but know that they are comforted, and they are with someone in spirit, very grand to you. I'm not sure which lineage, but they're very grand to you. There also might be some that have been in this contemplation where you've literally had to get in your car and leave with your baby. There is a spirit with you. It is a spirit guide with you. It still feels very male. It's not switching on me to protect you while you were going through this, while you're making this choice, because something was sticking in your craw and you're like, I gotta go. Does that make sense? Also, some might be having a baby. There's the ultrasound in there. Decisions. There's going to be so much coming up, so many decisions to make. Seven of Swords, the Hangman, and the Ace of Swords. There's a lot going on in the mind. If these cards mean anything to you, you know the drill. Please follow that. There's a lot, Two of Cups, going on in regards to some sort of relationship resonance, personal, professional, platonic, romantic, internal, whatever the case may be. But the Ten of Cups is right behind it with the Ace of Pentacles. So it's almost like going through whatever contemplations you are going through. You're reaching the purest form for you to move forward with intent. Also, something might have happened to a portion of the Aquas, or again, it could be for the one, I'm not sure. Like when I say that with intent, because it's making me feel like something happened, you know, when I don't know if it's like lawful things or whatnot. And it's like, but with intent makes a difference. And I feel like you have Aqua's aura has intent with pure intentions. And this is what makes the decisions well. Because it's made with pure intent. I don't make decisions willy-nilly. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. And what was the other one? The Two of Cups. This is moving from the 5 to the 7s to the Aces. Do you know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm contemplating because it feels deep. What do I want to generate? Where even the question of being adopted or making choices with a pregnancy for etc. You know what I mean? All of the options. I take it very seriously so that when I come to the conclusion, I feel it peacefully pure for the best of everybody. Maybe my parents weren't in a certain situations to provide. Maybe this business partnership has outlived its sell-by date. And that's a very odd way of saying that. But hopefully that means something. Do you know what I mean? And if you're going through this transition, I want to say, like right here, the light after the darkness, right from the very beginning. No, it's absolutely not easy. okay, and not that I'm trying to beef anyone up, like the hard way is the best way because you learn them. I'm not what I'm saying. And just, there's something about not making it harder, but so that the energy that I speak of, the resonance, the relationship, whoever it may be, somebody in spirit, somebody incarnate, whatever the case may be, I want the release to be ease, so that that's not in controlling the outcomes of the feelings, the likes or the dislikes of it, the judgments that may come through around it. This is about getting to the root of intention and knowing I'm the one who holds that and means it.
Surely.
I hope that made sense to somebody, because it feels like a difficult situation that I am moving through in some way, shape, or form, even if it's a concept of something being held in my mind, like real estate, something that's been sticking in my craw since I was a kid, something that's sticking in my craw, resentments that I'm holding. And I'm coming to that realization, I'm holding these resentments from something my partner, business or professional, or my friends did. And I'm actually building up resentments. And it's like, that's even the realization, going, why am I building up resentments? Why? Why am I doing that? Not why are they happening? Because there's freedom for everyone to do what they're going to do. Why am I deciding to hold them and keep me away from the sun? And I've had to walk away from something. If I've been left out in the cold, if I've been in a state of lack. Justice and the Ten of Swords in reverse. I know there's infinite possibilities. I know that. I can feel that. And it's like there's, what is this? What is this? Like nails on a chalkboard type thing to get your attention. Get your attention. And it gets your attention. It's got your attention, Aquas. And I'm purifying my perspective. I'm purifying my part in things. And it's like by releasing the burdens that I bear on behalf of people, on behalf of energies and entities I cannot control, but I care about.
Up here.
But I don't need to bear them. I can balance it out, and it's like forgiveness releases the burdens, right? Something else might have been taken from somebody if there was some sort of again, intent, going back to like the criminal thing. Maybe there's some thievery afoot, energetically, earthly, emotionally. I'm not really sure. Again, Hangman, I'm undecided. And it's like I took back the way I even perceive that. Because taken from me feels victimy. And I'm going to feel that for a second. I'm going to feel that. And then I want to somehow purify it so I don't carry that. Because where's that going to lead me? What does holding that frequency for the future lead me? Even the future of a minute from now. But justice will be had in regards to it. This isn't about releasing people forgiveness and, oh, nobody's held accountable. Oh no, there's accountability. But I believe and I feel in this process in a universal justice system, even beyond the societal things. This isn't about doling out karma either. I don't know how to explain it, Aquas. I don't know how to explain it. Because it's purifying something. So many feathers in your caps. Can I turn this so I can... I hope I'm not butchering this completely, but... Emotionally, I'm just moving on. And then it follows. I have life
Purgatory.
in me. Even beyond what may have been disappointments, resentments, regrets. Give me one moment here. Lot of thinking. Holy schmoly. I even have like a backpack thinker. You know the fish in American Dad? And how he can like be in different bowls? That's what I'm seeing. And it's like, I don't know if I've put myself in a fishbowl, a feeling like you can feel this much. Or maybe somebody else has projected this to me and I've received it. The real estate. This fishbowl. Three of Swords. And it's like the whole time I thought I had to swim in this fishbowl, and I realized I could touch the bottom and just stand up. There's something about family. If you were adopted, you were always meant to be. That is family. That it was always the plan. It was a way. It's like there might have been a mother or a feminine vehicle that could go through the process of birthing you to get you to the family. I don't know how else to say that. I'm seeing a My Little Pony dream horse. I feel like I'm wandering into the higher self dream state here. And I feel as though I am seeing something swim. I feel like I'm looking like high above. But I feel like you can see a shadow of a shark or a fish or something swimming, and you can see like the school of fish, but you have to be up in the sky to see it. Perspective. Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Again, this feels very conducive to professional or personal. Okay, I want to place Queen of Cups in here. What was the Dracula has now transformed. You're receiving something, Aquas, or already have received something like a star on a chart. I don't know what it is. This could be an aha. This could be the idea. The sun is on the bottom. Dracula, the sun. And then we come into the Queen of Cups. And it's like opening up to the sun, and you receive this tidbit, this coin, you receive it quite a few times, actually. And it comes in the form of a message, higher self message. But there's something I got to break through of maybe hanging someone out to dry, or maybe I was hung out to dry. It's like I'm hanging someone, trying to interrogate them for why, or why is this? Maybe I'm beating myself up as I'm driving around going, why? Ten of Swords in reverse, and I release it. Because I feel like I'm seeing one of those,
I'm not sure.
Like butterflies or insects that have been pinned, and now they're like on a wall. Maybe it's a trophy to remember. Does that make sense?
Did.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Getting ready to close out here for Aquas. My goodness, you guys are impressive in what you're going through, and I hope you feel that. It's impressive because I want to come all the way back to the beginning. You're contemplating. You're taking things very seriously. There's not a decision that's being made willy-nilly. Things are meaningful. What's holding real estate in my mind and in my heart holds meaning. And not meaning based on what somebody else is telling me is meaningful.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because they don't know. They do not know. Because some could be feeding you venom to try and like, if you're like cruising by like low rider and they're like, what? Or you need to leave incognito and be really low in the car because you know what's going on. And you got some healing that you're going to be doing. And not necessarily like the cheesy kind of healing. This is, it feels like the shaman's path.
I told her.
You got to go through it to grow out of it, to get that higher perspective and look at it like the school of fishes, or to see the sharks in the water by their shadows. Does that make sense, Aquas? Anything else for Aquas before we close out? Or is this it? Because you guys know, you see, even the venom of like the vampire, emotionally draining you. What people say passive aggressively. Trying to hold you in a box that was a fishbowl. You see it. You see it. You see what people are saying. There might have been a relationship with your parents, somebody in spirit, business partnership, something happened, and there was like a kiss of death to a kiss goodbye. And I do want to end this for any of those that felt that they were orphaned, adopted, or not wanted. It was actually set up to be where you were wanted, even if that is on your own terms and times, to want your existence to be meaningful, and you are the one that gives it meaning. Agape love. Aquas, I'm going to leave it here. The crone on the bottom to support. I hope this served. Please do give it a like, share, subscribe. If I didn't say so already, I can't remember. I sometimes get lost in the readings. All the links are below if you'd like to donate or request a personal, all that kind of good stuff, Aquas. Please know, as you're moving through, and maybe some of you are midway, maybe some of you are on the other side and you're recapping this. Maybe other Aquas are holding space for other Aquas to say, yeah, it's okay. We can hold this space together because I believe in you. That's where love is, in that family, You've got so much of it. And you're going to be sitting pretty calm. And where that red is, and you will drink from it quite peacefully like tea.
Dice.
Aquas. Until next time.